Hey everyone, it's Hornby here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And it's been a while since I've added something to my personal vlog playlist here, but I've had a lot more sports content. I mean, hockey season has started up here, but it's nice to take a little break from my primary source and sports content here. Here I'm up to personal vlog number 52 here. And this is kind of just following up from 44, where I was talking about how I'm a sucker for old heritage hotels. And these were old hotels that I personally have stayed in. And I developed an interest for this particular type of hotel here. However, 52 here, I'm going to talk about old heritage hotels that I would like to stay in. And the reason why I haven't stayed in some of these hotels that I'm going to mention here is for basically obvious reasons. Money's a finite resource here, and however, if I could fantasize, and money is no object, and I have tons of it. Let's say if I won the lottery, or become one of these 1% fat cats. But since I'm not, I'll just fantasize here and talk about personal log number 52, old heritage hotels that I would like to stay at. And fantasize and figure it would be neat if I at least spent some time there to say if I can add it onto my list of hotels that I love staying at or not love staying at. But think of hotels, old heritage hotels that I would love to stay at. I'm just going to think of areas that I know of that's not too far from, or places I know of, or places I've been. I'm going to stay within North America here, but right here in Calgary, one hotel that I think would be neat to stay at is the Palliser Hotel right here downtown Calgary, near the Calgary Tower there. It's along 9th Avenue there, near the old railway station and the Canadian Pacific Hotel or head office there. But I wouldn't mind staying at the Palliser Hotel. Check that out. I mean, that's one point. It was the tallest building in Calgary, long time ago, for all the high rises in. And I understand that some royalty from the past have actually stayed there. But of course, several $100s a night on a normal night is definitely a little much for out of my budget and willing to spend. And I'm sure it gets even more expensive during holiday times and Stampede there. But I always fantasize what it would be like if I stayed at the Palliser Hotel, or if I figured if it was a lucrative career change to get in the hospitality industry, or maybe get older and be able to do that as your career choice. Maybe I'd have to try to maybe get a job here to see what the rooms look like. But that's just locally here at home. I just think the Palliser Hotel, that would definitely be a nice heritage hotel to stay at. Now, if you go out west here to the Canadian Rockies here, the next place definitely, obviously, I would love to stay at. And actually, I know this hotel, the old Banff Springs Hotel, right in the town of Banff there. Actually, a lot of that hotel you can walk through, to the public there. And I was definitely fascinated by this place. And I mean, it's definitely a very iconic hotel, but it's one of the old railway hotels that were built in the 1880s there. But I would love to stay at the Banff Springs Hotel. I mean, it's one of the postcard iconic images that you see in the town of Banff and the Canadian Rockies there. And it's definitely, they call it the Castle in the Rockies. Also, if you dig a lot on this platform here, apparently I think it's room 873 doesn't exist, and definitely some legendary stories about being haunted there, but once again, I've seen room rates for like $500 a night there. I'm sure it's beautiful and that, but that's definitely way more than I'm willing to spend. But I'll definitely would like to check it out somehow. Going into the Banff Springs Hotel there. Also another old heritage historic hotel that I think it's called the Mount Royal Hotel. It was burnt. It had a fire there, and it recently actually got renovated and reopened there. That hotel is right on the main Banff Avenue there, and then if you look north there, you get the Cascade Mountain there. That's the main mountain that you see if you're looking north along Banff Avenue there. But I think that'd just be another old historic hotel that I wouldn't mind staying at. Plus, now that's been renovated, it probably has, the modern luxuries, but still keeping the historic charm there. The old brick building, architecture buildings there. And of course, staying in the Canadian Rockies there. I wonder what it would be like to stay in the Lake Louise, the Fairmount Chateau, right on the actual Lake Louise, seeing the Victoria Glacier there. Well, I have seen some videos where some people have did their review on it, and they said it was nice and that, but definitely not worth the steep price that you pay to stay at Lake Louise. And there's definitely very many variations of that hotel, because the original hotel burnt down, and over the years it's gotten updated there. And I know at one point there, if you actually see some older pictures in that hotel, which I have myself, and even videos on this platform here on YouTube, there used to be a hot springs pool that used to be on site there. But that'd definitely be another old historic hotel that I like to stay at. And then a lot of these hotels I'm thinking of is right here in the Canadian Rockies here. But in the southern part of the Canadian Rockies here, I know there was a couple of hotels that if you go down to the Waterton and Glacier National Parks there, obviously right here in Alberta, the southwest corner, that Prince of Wales Hotel. That's definitely a very nice historic hotel that is also well overpriced and only open, that town is only open, 6 months of the year there. And, definitely our firefighters, thankfully, they were called to duty to save the Prince of Wales Hotel when the Keno fires actually burnt parts of the Waterton National Park there, but Waterton Lakes National Park there, but they actually saved most of the town, including the Prince of Wales Hotel there. I did walk around in the hotel there, and you get that iconic view of the upper Waterton Lake going down south. And actually, you can see it go right into Montana there. And then same thing with being in Montana there, because I have driven on the going to the Sun Road. I think it's the Lake McDonald or the Glacier Hotel. I know it's near Lake McDonald there. It's been over 10 years, but it kind of has that similar wooden feel inside. I think it's called the Glacier Hotel. It's another one of those old wooden hotels that's almost 100 years ago. That's definitely another old historic hotel that I definitely like to stay at if money was no object here. Now, still staying in the Canadian Rockies, but going north is obviously I mentioned the Banff Springs Hotel. Maybe I'd like to mention the counterpart, Jasper. There's a couple of hotels. One I would love to stay in, and another I might be a little daring to think about possibly staying there when it comes to reading reviews here. The first hotel that I obviously would love to stay is the Jasper Park Lodge there outside of the town there. I know I've driven around the site a few times, but I'll try to remember to maybe if I could see if I walk in more of the hotel there. But obviously that's definitely another nice hotel there. But I find Jasper as a whole, the whole town is definitely way more pricey to stay in any hotel, never mind an old historic hotel or fancy hotel there. But there are great reviews obviously about that hotel despite the price. But the other hotel that would still fit my criteria of wanting to stay in an old or historic hotel, but the reviews, but like I mentioned in Jasper, is all expensive there is the Astoria Hotel. I mean, it's right on the main street there, going through Jasper there. It's only a couple stories. I mean, there's a bar at the main lobby there, and maybe I should one time at least check out the bar there. But the Astoria Hotel, it looks like a hotel that I at least want to try it out and see is it as bad as the reviews are. I mean, some people I do find in some of these older historical hotels I like to stay at don't seem to temper their expectations, knowing that an older hotel and it does have some of your modern luxuries like Wi-Fi, running water, electricity, and all that. Others thinking, it doesn't quite have this and that. Like, what do you expect? I mean, you're also there to enjoy nature there. But now to look further down, further out here, I know another hotel that looked intriguing that I wouldn't mind staying there if I, obviously, budget allowed. But when I was in Ottawa for the Grey Cup there, I think it was called the Hotel Elgin Hotel, which is near a couple blocks away from Parliament Hill there. That definitely looked like an old historic hotel. I remember it was at least 10 stories tall there. It's not too far from the Rideau Centre and the Parliament Hill there. But I think that would definitely be another older historic hotel. Obviously, those two areas there in the Rideau Canal. So there's definitely a lot of history there. And then the last one I could think of right now, just to put up this personal blog, is I first heard about this place in Home Alone 2, and there was actually a scene where Kevin McAllister, also played by Macaulay Culkin, he actually, when he asked where the lobby is, Donald Trump was there, who asked him down the hall to the right, I believe, if I quote him right, is the Plaza Hotel. That definitely looks like another lovely place that I'd want to stay in, and Kevin definitely took advantage of his dad's credit card there, and I mean, this movie was made back in 1992. It'd be scary to think how much those room charges would cost in 2019 dollars, but that looks like another old historic hotel that I like to stay at, and maybe one day, as I get older and more financially secure, maybe I would actually get to stay at some of these hotels and maybe add that to, I'm a sucker for old heritage hotels, but that's just kind of my personal blog and adding on from how I've become a sucker for old heritage hotels and hotels I stayed up to others I would fantasize to like to stay in if, money was no object and had no budget, had an unlimited budget here, but unlike our politicians, I gotta live in reality here. So anyway, if you enjoy everything I do on my YouTube channel, so make sure you hit like, subscribe. I obviously do these personal vlogs, but I'm mostly the Calgary sports fan. I talk about the Flames, Stampeders, Hitmen, and Roughnecks here, and now that hockey season has just begun, there's definitely a lot more hockey content on my channel here, and in a couple months here, I've got the road to the Grey Cup as well as the NL National Lacrosse season, and my Calgary Roughnecks are defending champions here, and we would love to stay defending champs as well. The Calgary Stampeders are defending Grey Cup champions, and going down the stretch here, we would love to remain champs and win the big game right here in Calgary, but I can dream. That's just like this whole personal vlog here. So if that sounds like anything you're interested in, just make sure you follow along and hit that bell icon, and I'll see you in the next video.